This is Optimal Finance Daily, episode 1241, 10 Bad Money Habits You Need to Break Today by Alexa Mason with thecollegeinvestor.com. And I'm your host and narrator of the show. My name's Dan, and welcome to another Sunday edition of Optimal Finance Daily. This is the podcast where I read to you from some of the best blogs in the world. What we do is we get permission from these terrific authors to read their content here on the show. And if you like today's episode here on Optimal Finance Daily, you'll probably enjoy our other shows too. To find them, just search for Optimal Living Daily in your podcast app. But for now, let's get right to it and start optimizing your life. 10 Bad Money Habits You Need to Break Today by Alexa Mason with thecollegeinvestor.com. Habits are the regular tendencies we have that are hard to break. They are the things we do over and over without even thinking about it. Our habits shape our lives, both for the good and the bad. No matter what area of your life you're trying to improve, there needs to be a sharp focus on breaking bad habits and forming good ones. If you currently possess any of the bad money habits I'm about to talk about, you need to work on replacing them with positive habits that will move you closer to your financial goals. Number 1, spending more than you earn. Spending more than you earn is the cardinal sin of personal finance. This one habit will have a trickle-down effect, causing big problems in all areas of your personal finances. For instance, if you spend more than you earn, you'll have to rely on credit to cover the rest. The credit comes with interest and traps you into debt. You continue spending more than you earn, creating a bigger, more vicious cycle. If you currently spend more than you earn, this needs to be the very first thing you address. Don't even worry about anything else until you're living within your means. For some, this will mean new spending habits, and for those on a tight budget, it will mean earning more money. You can really do two things here. You can cut your spending and budget better, or you can focus on earning more money to close the gap. Number 2, relying on credit to pay the bills. Credit is expensive, and if not used properly, is a trap. If you're using credit to cover basic things like food or rent, or are using it for mindless purchases like a vacation or new clothes, you need to remedy that situation. While it's true that at some point you might need to rely on debt, say for a mortgage, education expenses, or an investment property, it should be done with extreme care and planning. Do not use credit cards or any other form of debt to cover your bills. Number 3, taking out payday loans ever. Speaking of debt, payday loans are one of the worst forms of it. Here's a story to illustrate. I had a friend who once decided to take out a payday loan to pay for vacation. When she got back from vacation the following week, she was supposed to pay the loan back. Not having enough money, she went to another payday loan lender and took out a loan to pay back the first lender. She repeated this cycle, borrowing from Peter to pay Paul, for months until her dad finally bailed her out. And yes, she's a grown woman. As a side note, this also includes tax refund anticipation loans. If you currently take out payday loans, you need to break this habit now. The interest is not worth it. There are so many other ways for you to come up with money when you need it. Number 4, not being prepared for an emergency. If there's one thing you can count on, it's that at some point or another, something will go wrong. An accident will happen, a job will be lost, or an appliance will break. Being prepared for an emergency is very important when it comes to your finances. You don't want to be caught off guard, financially anyway. Save up some cash for emergencies. Number 5, paying your bills late. Paying your bills late. It's a bad habit to have, but happens to even the best of us. When you pay your bills late, your credit score takes a hit, and you could cost yourself more money in late fees and interest charges. Make it a habit of always paying your bills on time. If you're the type of person who simply procrastinates with tasks like this, consider enrolling in autopay. It also means you probably need to get financially organized. Number 6, failing to save for the future. Sayings like YOLO and FOMO can make you feel like you need to spend all of your money and spend it now. Why save for the future instead of living for now, right? Wrong. When it comes to money, there needs to be balance. Shouting YOLO at the top of your lungs won't magically make you have a great life in retirement or help you build wealth. Enjoy life now, but also be sure to save for the future and diligently work towards your goals. Number 7, not taking control of your career. If you find yourself working at a soul-sucking job that you hate, or not being able to find a job at all, you need to take responsibility and take charge of your career. While it might seem scary to go down a new path, start a side business and put yourself out there. It's all in your hands. You can take charge of your career. Nobody else is going to do it for you. Taking control of your career and negotiating your salary is one of the best ways to boost your income. If you fail to do this, you could be costing yourself over $100,000 during your lifetime. Number 8, blaming others for your circumstances. Life isn't fair. That's a phrase we've all heard before, and one we've likely said to ourselves, and it's completely 100% true. We've all been born into different circumstances, some of us having many more opportunities than others. While life isn't fair is a true statement, blaming other people isn't going to help you at all. Accept where you're at and play the cards you've been given. Only compare yourself to yourself. Number 9, hoarding money and never having fun. On the opposite end of going into debt and spending too much is being afraid to spend anything. If you've been hoarding money to the point of misery, it's time to break that habit. Lighten up on yourself a bit and enjoy the money you've worked hard for. Number 10, making excuses. Quote, "If you don't like how things are, change it. You are not a tree." Jim Rohn. Don't let excuses hold you back. You have the choice to work hard and build the life and finances you want, or to make excuses. Choose wisely. Bringing it back to the basics. When it comes to breaking bad money habits, it can sometimes be easier to replace those bad habits with new good ones. Just take it down to the basics. Live within your means, avoid consumer debt, and save for the future. If you can accomplish those 3 things, you'll be in a good place. You just listened to the post titled 10 Bad Money Habits You Need to Break Today by Alexa Mason with thecollegeinvestor.com. And that's it. That's another edition of Optimal Finance Daily in the books. Hope you have had a great weekend so far. And thanks so much for your support and for listening each and every day. It is all thanks to you and our great authors for helping us get where we are. So I will be back with you tomorrow where I'll have a new author for the show. So I'll see you there where your optimal life awaits.